See, now that's funny. Everybody else is cool. The ghost is the one that's freaked out. The ghost is like, the f is wrong with you?
Are you gonna listen to them?
You know, normally this used to scare people. How come ain't nobody running? All right, let's go from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles to demon summoning turtles. Teenagers. That would be a good movie, though.
You had all day to work on that.
Actually, you saw my ass working on it when you got in here. You know, I did this at the last minute. Demon summoning Ninja Turtles.
No, shit.
Oh, that'd be a good movie, man. But no, they're not turtles, they're not mutants, but they are teenagers, and they are doing something that they probably should not be tampering with, man. They are summoning ghosts, they're summoning demons, and the thing about it in this movie, Talk to Me, doing that is no big deal. In fact, you know, in most movies where it's summoning a demon or bringing up an evil spirit, you know, that would be a bad thing.
Sure.
No, in this world, it's great for parties, man.
Oh, okay.
Actually, it's the life of the party.
Yeah.
So in this movie, you have this guy who brings in this ghost summoning hand. This hand has the spirit to transcend into the spirit world. And anybody that shakes hands with this demon or spirit summoning hand, they see a spirit before them. They see a dead person staring right at them. Now, you know, anybody else would be like, this, you know, get this thing away from me, but they're teenagers.
Of course.
You see what I'm saying?
Yeah, I got you.
They're teenagers. They don't exactly do the smartest thing.
Yeah.
So when they grab their hand, they say, talk to me. The spirit shows up, but they don't stop there. They go on further. They say, I forgot the next phrase, which is enter me or something, where they're pretty much inviting the ghost to possess them because it feels good. I guess it's better than doing drugs.
Is it though?
Well, that is what we're going to talk about right here. Is it? Because in this movie, Talk to Me, of course, you know, when you have these teenagers doing things, because this is like it's like a TikTok challenge, you know, and that's what they did. They were online seeing other kids doing it.
Yeah.
And they said, well, you know.
So you could just order one of those hands from Amazon?
No, you got
Yeah, Tuesday.
No, the hand actually gets passed around.
Oh, okay.
So they see people summoning these spirits up online. They say, you know what? Well, this is like a TikTok challenge. We're going to do it too. There's a certain level that you can push this and you probably would be okay. But again, teenagers, man, they don't know how to, they ain't got boundaries. Mm-hmm. They don't know when to quit. And of course, they push this ghost spirit summoning power to a point where it starts to have an impact on them in their real world. Especially one girl named Mia, who she's pushing it because her mother died, and she feels like this is a way of contacting her mother, you know, probably getting to speak to her one last time, mm-hmm. you know, bringing some closure to her life or something. But again, you know, all of these have repercussions very much on their real world lives. It doesn't stop at the spirit world. Let's go ahead and take a look at this trailer for Talk to Me, Australian horror flick from A24. A24, which puts out, hey, even if you don't like them, you can never say they're not interesting.
Exactly.
That looks terrifying.
As you can see, they got everything in here. They even got ghost kangaroos in here. So you say it looks terrifying. Mm-hmm. Well, see, that's the thing with this movie. Now, unless, you know, you're just scared by the concept of spirits and ghosts, I would say that this is not so much scary. Now, it's definitely a creepy horror movie. And when it starts out, it actually feels like it's going to be not only a ghost horror flick, but probably a typical teen supernatural ghost horror flick. But, you know, very shortly after you get into it, this turns into more of a thriller. And it ends up ultimately being a tragedy.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. You know, and with this, I love the concept. let me just say, it's not typical of any ghost story out there. It might not be scary, to me, but I love this concept of this movie right here. So with this movie, the reason why I love this concept, because I kind of explained it in our intro. This is a world where teenagers are not only not afraid of ghosts, but they treat them like drugs.
Right.
They summon ghosts like they doing bong hits.
Whippets.
Whippets, man. For them, getting possessed is a nice high. Mm-hmm. Getting possessed is great at parties, man. Getting possessed and it's a clean high too. You get possessed for a little bit, you get the ghosts out your spirit. They come in, they rah at people, and then you go home and mom and dad they don't even know what you're doing, man. Your eyes ain't dilating. you can get drug tested at work. It's good. Apparently, having a spirit up in your body is the ultimate high.
Talk to me.
Yeah.
Hey, don't let go of me. Do not let go.
I can't look at it.
You don't have to look at it.
Now, see, that's when anybody would say, they would stop right there. They're like, no,
yank my hand back.
Everybody like, keep the party going.
My mom told me to stay away from people like that.
They like, keep the party going. And she's like, yeah, this is actually kind of fun. This is what's cool about it. These are kids who have seen this on the internet so much that
they're desensitized.
They're desensitized to the ghost. Mm-hmm. They've seen this, the whole thing with this, like there's a quote here that says possession goes viral. They don't give a shit about the ghost. They want to do they want to do the challenge. They want to do the trick. They want to do what they see everybody. They want the thrill of what everybody's doing online. Mm-hmm. So this is sort of a message about challenges and viral and doing things that you see other kids doing online right here, and how that just kind of, that thrill desensitizes you to everything that should freak you out. I mean, listen, we've seen kids set themselves on fire, man.
Right, to go viral.
Anybody, more than a ghost. You should say setting yourself on fire is a bad thing. And people did it because they saw other people doing it online. These kids don't give a whether you see dead bodies and ghosts or not. They are going after the thrill, and that is a brilliant concept that they have here. And this whole thing of doing this at parties is it's a lot of fun.
Imagine 10 years ago this movie wouldn't have worked.
No, it would not. No, people would have been like, this is stupid. Who does that? This Gen Z.
Look at it. Just say it. Say it.
See, now that's funny. Everybody else is cool. The ghost is the one that's freaked out. The ghost is like, the f*** is wrong?
Are you going to listen to them?
Normally this used to scare people. How come ain't nobody running? Looking like Biggie Smalls, right?
I let you in.
Like, shit, this some good ghost. That's some good shit right there.
Let me get another hit off that.
Yeah. It's, and again, that's the character of Mia whose mom has died. So, she is going through she's grieving. She's going through a depression. So another brilliant part of this movie is that she really is treating this, this ghost possession like it is a drug. Mm-hmm. She's looking for some relief. She's looking for something to help her feel better, to help her emotions. And she's turning, to this drug that everybody else is on. And it's, it's fascinating, man, how they created this world with these kids. They don't really explain it. Like, you don't know was there a time when people were scared of ghosts? Is this just the way this world is? Is this just this generation's thing? I know that this actor right here, she's great, man. Forgot this actor's name. Sophie Wilde. She's actually really good. But, everybody's good in this, man, when they get possessed by these spirits and these ghosts here.
That's what the boys said.
And it's funny, too, man, because, I was looking at this and I was thinking, when you look at this, that's when you know that the kids in this town ain't got shit left to do.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I'm saying, they look bored as
when they've done every drug out there, that now they're smoking ghost.
and not bothered by it.
Yeah, they on that hand. Let me get. Yeah, let me get some of that hand, man, right there.
Me next.
Yeah, that hand might as well be a crack pipe. And they look And the funny thing is, after they do it, they look like crackheads, man. You know?
About to say,
Yeah, the damn ghost crack house right here, man. You know, this is what we're talking about. We talk about an A24 horror movie, man. They release something different. You know, this is exactly what makes horror great. When people take horror and they innovate.
Sure.
And that's what A24 does with a lot of their horrors. You know, they pick these projects that do that, and this movie definitely does it. You know, and like that's what I meant when I said it's not scary. It's scary that these people would do this to themselves. It's scary that, you know, these people are able to do this and not see the consequences of their actions. But as far as being, you know, scary in the supernatural sense, not so much. But I meant that as a compliment because
That's what I thought.
Yeah, and I'll explain why that is so important that they have done this after we take a word from our sponsor right here. And I see I did you right. I did not come in. I did not come in and try to do something. I did not try to pull no okie doke on y'all right now.
They were so spooky.
You get too scared, you might need some better help. Yeah.
And I couldn't think of anything for this either. But our sponsor right now is Green Chef. You know, I didn't have no big segue here because I want people to eat right now. You know, I want to thank Green Chef for sponsoring this portion of the show. Y'all know that I've been working out. I've been eating healthy. I've been fortunate enough to receive some of this nice food from Green Chef. And if you are somebody who's out there trying to take care of yourself, trying to eat better, you know, nutrition is a big part of staying healthy, especially when you're trying to like lift weights and, you know, grow muscle like us, then diet and nutrition is a big part of that. And that is why you need to try the #1 meal kit for eating well, which is Green Chef. First of all, Green Chef, the #1 meal kit for eating clean and well, is that they have these dinners here and they have these recipes that help you to manage your weight. They help you to eat well, of course, take care of your wellness. You know, you might have a lot of goals out there. Green Chef is out there to help you meet those goals with any kind of special diet you may have. You know, what is it? Keto out there. A lot of people are trying to eat more vegetables. They help out with that. Lean meats, very much helping you out with that here. But a lot of people think that eating well is also eating nasty, ain't got no flavor. You know, ain't got no taste good. No, that is not the case with the recipes that we have here with Green Chef. Everything is not only nutritious, but it tastes good. It's got flavor. And you got choice with this too. They have a lot of meals out there, a lot of recipes, and a lot of these are under 700 calories, packed with protein. And, you know, a lot of people are saying, all right, so they taste good, but it's probably expensive. It is not. Okay, well, it probably takes a lot of time to make. You know how healthy eating takes a lot of time to cook. No,
not here.
Not here. No, not here. Not here. You know, they got recipes, whether it be breakfast, lunch, or dinner, that take about 20 minutes or less to make, especially your lunch meals, man. Your lunch meals, they take about 10 minutes to make. So if you're on the go and you got a tight schedule and you want to eat well, then Green Chef is definitely what you want to go with. And it's just going to make you feel good, too. I always, I tell Martin all the time, part of the reason why your food tastes so good is because you got a good conscience, man. You know, it's funny when you feel good about yourself, your food just tastes better. And when you eat Green Chef, it's sustainable. Green Chef is the only meal kit that is both carbon and plastic offset. 100% of their delivery emissions, as well as 100% of the plastic in every box can be recycled. And plus, all the packaging materials are curbside recyclable in most of the U.S. So listen, I'm giving you a lot of reasons why you need to go with Green Chef. It tastes good. You're taking care of your body. You're taking care of the planet. What more do you want? A discount? Of course. Okay, I got you on that. Go to greenchef.com/toasted50 and use the code toasted50 to get 50% off.
What?
Plus free shipping. Oh, It's not only easy being green, but it's delicious too, Mark. So, silliness.
So I get to eat Kermit.
I'm sure there's a recipe for frog in there somewhere. No, it's not. Because y'all be looking for it. I'll be getting a call from Green Chef. You tell them we eating frog. No. But they do have a lot of the delicious meals here. So I want to thank Green Chef for sponsoring this portion of the show, the #1 meal kit for eating well. And I want to thank all of you out there for your support. So, back to this movie here. So I was telling you that this is something that's different. It might not be scary, but the premise is great, and what this movie leads to, because it's so different. And it is set up where these kids are not scared of ghosts at the beginning. In fact, they embrace it. I let you in is what they say. That's the phrase you say to let them into your body. So, I've been joking around and making this sound pretty goofy. But the reason why this premise is so great is because it's so unique that it avoids a lot of overused tropes, mostly jump scares. Mm-hmm. With a movie like this, you got ghosts, you got teenagers, you're dealing with the supernatural. This is ripe for jump scares right here. Sure. But this movie does not do that. Probably the most jump scares you get is when, they get that first high, they go back in the seat. That's when that's the loudest noise that they make. That's the most part where you get your jump scares and whatnot. All right, you just get a jump, period. Other than that, they avoid a lot of tropes here, and they without having to sacrifice a lot of the things that we do appreciate for like horror movies. Okay, there's some gore here, but and they have and I tell you, man, they got a very bloody moment here where I was watching this by myself, like I was like, somebody do something. The thing with them avoiding these tropes, at the same time bringing you some of the things that you look for in these horror movies, they have, and also making this more character driven, making this feel just a little more grounded. When they do get to those moments, like that very bloody, gory moment I'm telling you about, it has more of an impact. Sure. It definitely has something that, it makes you scared for the character in a way that, that's not cheap. And also with them avoiding a lot of these tropes here, the movie starts to take a shift. It still manages to be very creepy, still manages to be very spooky, but the movie takes a shift into being more of a thriller and then more of a drama. So when it starts to because once they go past a certain level, and they start realizing the repercussions of their very careless actions of what they're doing, because they're not supposed to be summoning these spirits towards a certain amount of time. It's almost like they got this down to a science. Almost like, taking drugs or smoking weed or something. It's like they're not supposed to like have the spirit inhabit their body for more than 90 seconds or so. Yeah. Of course, being kids and, having too much fun, they break the rules, there's gremlins or whatever, Yeah. And things really start to take a serious toll. Once that happens, this is something where we're not dealing so much with the ghosts. This turns into something where we're trying to save certain characters, and because that character is suffering, it starts to take a toll on the family. It starts to take a toll on the friends. Yeah. And so you're starting to explore that aspect of things, how it's tearing friendships and families apart, instead of sitting up here, again, just concentrating on what's scary. How can we spook the audience? Yeah. It turns into more of a drama. And when you do that, and when you do that, the characters start to shine too, and especially the actors. Yeah. Like I was telling you, that girl, Sophie Wilde. Yeah, she is great, man. And the reason why she's so great is because when this shifts more into a human side of the story, when this shifts more into a drama, then you start going into her themes. And her themes that she's dealing with, her themes mostly deal with grief, mostly deal with loss. Her themes deal with sacrifice. And, and how her, her grief and her attempt to like try to make herself feel better, how it just makes things even worse. Yeah, man. So again, this is something where it's very character driven. It's not the spook house movie that it's trying to come across as in the trailer. You know how these trailers do. They try to sell you. Also, they have let me see if I can find, there's a kid in here, man. I'm talking
Everybody
about
been praising this one kid.
Have they?
Oh, was
Yeah.
it a little brother?
Yeah, her friend's Mia's little brother Riley, played by Joe Bird, man. He is very good in the movie because he has the most impressive possession scenes. He's the one that's possessed the longest. And the cool thing about that is that his character is set up as being very timid and very quiet. Kind of, he's the only one that's making sense out of this. He's the one that's acting naturally.
Yeah.
He's the one that's scared where everybody's in there partying.
Yeah.
But when he gets possessed, that actor's great, man. And I love the levels that this movie works on. It's fun, it's thrilling, it's creepy, it's even funny. There's a lot of, surprisingly, there's a lot of funny moments in here, especially with this dumbass right here. This big dude right here. That dude has some funny lines, man. Mr. White People shit.
Oh yeah. Yeah, but he's doing it.
But he's talking about white people shit. He's the one that owns the hand.
Uh-huh.
That's his shit.
Yeah, he's the one bringing it to parties.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But at the same time, it's also ultimately it's a very sad movie, man.
Yeah, that's how it looks.
Yeah,
from what I'm hearing, especially about the main girl.
Yeah, it's a very sad film as it goes along, man. It's something with these ghosts where these ghosts are. By the way, these ghosts are assholes.
They always are.
When they come out, all of them they gotta snap at people and bite at people, cuss people out. One of them is so shitty that when he possesses a body, he just makes somebody make out with the dog. Yeah, that's why a dog want to go back in there. That dog wants to make out with somebody. That dog that spirit's with people, man. They got him on the ground and they say, "Hey, come here." If they had let him loose, he would have dog.
Come on, 30 more seconds.
Yeah, man. But even though they're mischievous like this, it's something sad about the ghosts, and there's just something sad about the people that they're possessing in the movie too, man. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a deeper movie too than what the trailers actually having to come across. I like the lighting in the movie. They're able to get that dark atmospheric feel to it without having to make it look like people can't pay their bills.
Right.
Like you say, like people just cut off the lights just to cut off the lights and create spooky atmosphere.
Yeah.
Nah, here, there's a reason for it, man, or it feels natural. They managed to get scares across by keeping the lights on a lot of scenes. Mm-hmm. There's a lot of the movie where there's creepy shit happening and the lights are bright. The lights are bright as hell. Yeah, I love it how big it's like, man, y'all crazy. So this is what they call elevated horror here. And, elevated horror, it sounds like something that hipsters love. It sounds like, it sounds almost pretentious. I don't watch that old horror stuff like
to me, it just seems like, it's a horror movie where they gave a shit.
Well, it's also more high concept.
Uh-huh.
They've tried to push it a little bit. They tried different concepts. They tried different storylines here. They're trying to push horror a little bit more.
Yeah, yeah.
It doesn't always work, but a lot of the stuff that we've been getting lately has been actually pretty cool.
Especially with all the great movies we had last year.
Yeah. So, this is what I think about when they say elevated horror. It can be pretentious. It can be annoying. It can be somebody sitting up there just trying to act like, they're better than somebody else. Oh, I don't watch that shit that you do. All that regular horror. I watch smart horror. Okay, maybe, whatever. But when they talk about elevated horror, this is what I'm talking about, where they try to innovate. Mm-hmm. And a lot of that is coming from A24. We have this this great concept here. I really did enjoy this movie a lot, man. And if you heard this review, I'm kind of sorry because I told you a lot of things. I didn't spoil anything, but I went into this cold. I didn't know what this was going to be about.
Sure.
And once I saw that, they were getting high off a ghost at a party and everything, I was like, wow, this is actually a really great idea. But it's one thing to have an idea, it's one thing to execute it very well. And being that this does turn more into a drama and center on the characters, that pulled me in and made me feel more involved in the film.
Okay.
So yeah, it's a full price, man. It's directed well.
Wow.
Okay.
Yeah, no, it's very much a full price movie, man. It's directed well. Those themes of grief and loss have felt very much throughout the story and worked itself well into like not only the drama, but ultimately into like the movie has a very, very creepy ending. But it's not creepy for the reasons that you get typically from a horror movie.
All right.
It's the ending of this movie I think is pretty great. And it's it's very sad and it's very tragic. So you walk away just feeling kind of melancholy, not really terrified or scared or anything. You just feel really sad after you leave this.
Okay.
But not to the point you're depressed because you had a lot of fun with the film.
Yeah.
And again, the movie has a great sense of humor by itself too. And it works on all levels. There's a lot of different things that they're doing here. I'm surprised how all of it came together and worked together. So definitely see this, man.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. And like I said, I'm not really scared of it, but if you're scared of ghosts, I do think it could work for you on that level too. But if you're not, and you just appreciate good storytelling, you appreciate things that push push storytelling within a certain genre, definitely give this a watch. I really did love this, just for what it did. So yeah, man. Again, another movie released at the end of summer. Damn, boy. May, June, July. Well, July you did halfway good,
Yeah.
but May and June, boy, y'all up, man. What you doing?
Fucked up, Logan.
Yeah, what are you doing? Oh.